In the middle of the Colombian armed conflicts, which have lasted for over 50 years, different kinds of insurgents groups emerge, one of them being the M19. The actions that they perpetrate classify them as an idealist guerrilla. Their origins date from the presidential elections in 1917, which were closed by an electoral fraud laid upon to the political party ANAPO.
During that year, the state was suffering the rupture of the political system, all because the overcoming of the National Front, which allowed two and only two political parties to govern, the Liberal and the Conservative parties. Back then, the NAPO, with their candidate Gustavo Rojas Pinilla, were most likely to win the presidency. On April 19, 1917, a group of people decided to take arms to set the brakes on the succession of events that clearly led to a fraud, creating the April the 19 movement. Or M19, all of them guided by the motto, the people come first, accomplished by the goal of gathering voices to support the fight for social justice.
In the compilations of the warlike actions that had place in the middle of the armed and unarmed fight, are highlighted the siege to the Dominican Republic embassy in Colombia, and the haste to the Simon Bolivar's house located in the downtown of Bogota, and there stole his iconic sword, and their other major haste to the military base Canton Norte, where they stole a military supplies that include guns.
Now, 35 years later, we make history of an event that will always be in our memories. That November from 1985, which held an extended amount of tragedies, including the Armero Naturals catastrophe. We will still remember the image of the building where justice was held burning to the ground, and the sad image of Omaira, a girl who lasted more than 24 hours trapped in the rubble. Our moral axis was being attacked by dark forces. Nowadays, it's known that the actions of the Colombian army in the retakes of the Palacio de Justicia was above the terms of human rights. I remember how the media was not allowed to broadcast the events, and that while all happened, a football match was being transmitted in the main channels of the country. The number of confirmed kills was around 100. Among them were magistrates, soldiers, cops, civilians, and insurgent militants. According to the ECHR International Court of Human Rights, these acts can be seen as a holocaust, and that there are still 11 individuals missing. One history that remained even in a theatre play named La Siempre Viva, that relates the story of a middle-class woman that was in the Palacio de Justicia, working in the cafeteria of the building.
Defendiendo la democracia, maestro. Recuerdo que en este momento dentro del palacio no solamente hay guerrilleros, maestro, también hay gente inocente y la están matando.
Only these days, the fight and the 6th of November of 1985, when this act terrorist occurred. The play and movie was created with the support of her friends, neighbors, and the close relatives that deliver information to reconstruct the events. There are plenty versions that tell us what happened. One of them caused more intrigue than the rest because it involves Pablo Escobar as the financier of this terrorist act. The acclaimed Netflix series Narcos tells the story that way. Other TV productions also state the same events, such as General Naranjo, which is a Colombian production.
In the events that they construct in their speech, they recall a possible relationship between the M19 and Medellin cartel. Also, their main story of the facts that sustains that everyone in the Palacio de Justicia that they were killed, and the ones that were not murdered are listed as disappear, alongside with them the truth that the public will never know die, since everything was born below the fire.